According to this Ghanaian man, he said if he was to travel to any African country, he is going to choose to travel to South Africa. Guys, you see, there's a relationship between South Africa and Ghana that I cannot explain, but let's watch this video to see what this amazing young man has to say about South Africa. As a Ghanaian, what he has to say about South Africa. Please don't forget to give this video a thumbs up, like this video, and subscribe to the channel.
Before I just want to say this. I have crossed 3 borders. Yes, I've been to 3 francophone countries. I've never traveled to an English-speaking country, but I've crossed 3 borders to 3 francophone countries. Now, if I am to leave my country, Ghana, if I am to leave my country and relocate to another African country, these are the 3 African countries I will relocate to. The first one, of course, is South Africa. South Africa will be the first African country I'll relocate to. You know, they have the largest economy in Africa. 90% of South Africans have access to electricity. 93% of them have access to clean drinking water. Jobless South Africans get $20 grant. Yeah. University students that are like South Africans that are going to university but are from low-income homes, they give them $1,600 every year. Disabled South Africans get $1,400 every year. So with all this, why won't I move to South Africa? So this will be my first African country I'll relocate to if I'm to leave Ghana. The second African country I'll relocate to is Egypt. Cairo has the best GDP purchasing power. You know, they have one of the best trade systems in the world, not in Africa, in the world. You go to their hospitals, don't talk. Their hospital is among the best hospitals in this world. Low cost of living, low inflation, and job creation. Like there's a lot of jobs in Egypt that you can do. And the third African country I'll relocate to is Togo. Yes, Togo. Low cost of living, low inflation. Togo minimum wage is among some of the highest in Africa. Now, Togo's food is very, very nice and cheap. So if they Togo, their food not going to be a problem. Because of the free port, dress, utilities are very, very cheap. If a lot of Togolese want to own cars, they can do that. But they don't fancy cars, they fancy motors. So these are the 3 African countries I'll relocate to if I'm to leave Ghana. South Africa, Egypt, and Togo. So tell me in the comment section, which 3 African countries will you relocate to if you are to leave your country?
South Africans are undisputedly the most influential set of nationals on this continent and maybe even the world. Trust me, South Africans have done a lot for this continent. There was a time where we all wanted to just listen to South Africa. Like South African music was a thing in the whole of Africa and the world. I found myself singing Vulindlela we mangobozi Heoyanawam Helele Oshana Matlanje. I don't even know what it meant, but I was singing. Ngosiam Pendulam Diakela. I don't know what it means till today, but I found myself singing. I connected with these people. There was a time where we just wanted to watch South African movies, trust me. The time of Sarafina. We cannot dispute that. Shaka Zulu, we cannot dispute that. Right up to the modern day Kings of Joburg and a whole lot of other South African movies that we have been watching, we consume, and this, it seems like we cannot do without. And the funny thing about it is, their craft has an everlasting stay in our heads. We cannot forget a single scene. That's how much South Africans impacted us. There was a time where we all wanted to even dress South African. The Dembele traditional attires. Can you remember the period where the Xhosa attires were like a whole thing? You know, when those guys wear those things here and with the ropes coming down, and it was so beautiful. The iconic Zulu traditional female outfits. I think this particular outfit is some, like literally all it is. Even some traditional weddings here, people were wearing those outfits. Yes. I'm telling you that for free. Let's not even talk about, even in the football sector. South Africa literally has the most popular clubs from Africa. I don't know any other club from any other country, and so many other people don't know other African country apart from South Africa. Mamelodi Sundowns, Kaizer Chiefs, Amazulu FC. There are so many of them. When I'm talking about big things, big people that are recognized even in the international. I'm not talking about things that they know in your country. Right? Even with the comedians, which African comedian is as big as Trevor Noah? Who? You want to talk about Popops? Iconic comedian. On-air personalities, Bonang Mateba. Remember when Bonang Mateba just, when she came to, is it the real, how do you call it? Rich African and Famous, or is it what? How do you call it? Young African and Famous. She was the topic of conversation. People were like, nah, she was so out of place. She was so wild. But that is the show. She gave you the show, and everybody found themselves talking of Bonang Mateba. Bonang Mateba made every African country to watch the South African pageantry. Yes. Her outfit spoke loud. Bonang Mateba. His Excellency President Cyril Ramaphosa just coughed a little bit some few weeks ago, and the whole Africa was like, wow, who speaks back at Donald Trump? Who did this? That is the impact they have, even in the political landscape. That is the impact they have in the political landscape. Trust me, there is no African country that goes close to South Africa as far as impact is concerned. I respect these people. They have done a lot, and the earlier we start giving them their flowers, because for the longest of time I discovered that we always don't give them their flowers. We always try to seize the flowers from them. Like, look at Amapiano now, like it's a big thing. The biggest African artist now is Tyler, South African. She has the most streams. Currently she's receiving the most awards, the most nominations. She's going to the big places. Guys, even iconic presidents, Nelson Mandela, like, they do their things and then they do it right up to the end. Like, they impact you and they leave an everlasting impact in your head. I cannot take these people out of my head. South Africans are iconic. The earlier we tell ourselves the truth, the better. Mzansi for sure. No DNA, just our.
What is so important about being South African? What a question. Very interesting question indeed. And I think this is a question you're probably not serious when you're asking this. You're probably just asking it because you want someone to give you an answer, and I'll give you an answer. Being South African is so beautiful because we're from a country of people who are resilient, who, when we're unhappy about something, we actually stand up for it and we fight for it. We don't rush to other people's countries to flock there. We know how to exercise our democracy when it's time to exercise our democracy. And when it's time to stand together as South Africans, no matter how many differences we can have 50,000 different races. But when it's time to defend South Africa, South Africans will come through. Of course, we are different, and we know that there are South Africans who always throw us under the bus because they want to sound woke. But that's okay, because at the end of the day, it doesn't take anything from the majority of South Africans. South Africa is rated as one of the most beautiful countries in the world. South Africa's economy is mentioned amongst the best in the world. South Africa has produced the richest man in the world. South Africa, in terms of sports, is one of the biggest sporting countries in the world. In terms of music, South Africa is one of the biggest music countries in the world. In terms of producing actors and actresses that take over the global stage, South Africa is trusted with doing that. In terms of being able to create a system that has the best education in the world, South Africa is trusted with doing that. That's why we'll have all kinds of countries come and have exchange with South Africa to come here and study and so forth, because we're South Africa. I mean, South Africa has some of the most beautiful women in the world. South Africa has some of the strongest men in the world who know what it's like to wake up every morning and work hard. South Africa is ranked as one of the best travel destinations in the world. That is South Africa. South Africa has some of the highest rankings in all the beauty pageants in the world. Miss World, Miss Universe, South Africa is there. South Africa is multi-diverse, and even throughout diversity, one thing that will unite us is the fact that we're South African. So everything put aside, we will fight with each other, we will scrape each other, but when it's time to stand up for South Africa, we stand up for South Africa. It's just a pity that we've got a democracy that allows people to come to South Africa and do as people wish, because, I mean, we're a country that's been too friendly, too kind, and too welcoming to people, to the point that they felt that they're entitled to certain things that belong to South Africans. And when South Africans finally decided that it's time for us now to stand up for what is ours, because we're going to end up losing everything that belongs to us, then South Africa became xenophobic. That's how South Africa became xenophobic. When we said it's no longer South Africa for free for all, it's South Africa for South Africans, then South Africa became xenophobic. So if you ask me what is so special about South Africa, everything. And I mean, everything is special about South Africa, from the smallest of things to the biggest of things. Yes, we're not saying that we're a perfect country. We've got our own issues and our own problems, but it takes nothing away from who we are. And who we are is a nation of people who are proud of who they are. It's a nation of people who will never run away to run away from their problems. Instead, we always face our problems head on, and we always tackle them. And that's exactly what we're going to be doing now, in making sure that we keep South Africa for South Africans. And we're going to fight that until the bitter end, because it's time now that South Africa is the big nation, the proud nation that it is, instead of a nation where everyone can come and do as they please and then turn around and feel like they're entitled to what South Africans should have. We only have one South Africa, and it belongs to us, and that's why being a South African is such a flex.
A lot of people want to go to a country that they find peace, are so comfortable with, Nobody wants to go to a country that they will be so scared of their life. So South Africa is one country that people are so hungry to go to. South Africa, Ghana, Botswana, Kenya, in fact many other African countries that I can't even remember to mention their name. So with time, I'm going to be sharing videos of other countries: Nigeria, Ghana, Zimbabwe, Botswana, and many other African countries on this channel, to show you their culture, their lifestyle, and what people really think about this country. Don't forget to like this video, subscribe to this channel to get more amazing content. See you guys in the next one.